You see, don't pretend to be ignorant of the reason as to why we are playing that game.
Okay, let's not go back.
Let's talk about the Warriors, guys.
Yeah, let's go to the Warriors.
Let's talk about the Warriors.
Let's go to the Warriors.
Last week I was in radio, and I got an article that Zifa was going to announce a coach by the weekend, and the weekend passes, and today we've got fresh news.
Oh, I did. We've got the latest news. They've just sent in a press release pertaining to national coaches recruitment, and they call it National Team Coaches Recruitment Update. All right, the Zimbabwe Football Association, ZIFA, is pleased to provide an update on the ongoing recruitment process for the Zimbabwe men's national team head coach after an exhaustive search and meticulous selection process. The following applicants have been interviewed for the position. 1. Gerhard Nus, the Spaniard. Michael Nith is English. Marcio Maximo Barcelos, the Brazilian. Anton Hay is German. Wilfred Schäfer, the ex-president Gaffer, who's got so much experience in African football, former Cameroon coach as well. And those are the 5 that have been shortlisted and been interviewed, which means the others, the local ones, fell away. All right. The Genesis Mangombes and others. All right.
Sorry. Just to
Why
are we choosing him in particular?
Specifically, why?
Specifically him.
Yeah, why?
No, he's the first name that came to my mind.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
It's one of the applicants.
So you had actually applied for the job.
And Sol Chaminuka.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. No, I love. You know what? If you've got a profession, you just have to stand up and make yourself counted. Say, okay, I'm here.
Believe in yourself.
But wow,
all right.
Now.
So the press release continues and reads: the preliminary interviews were conducted yesterday, Monday, the 22nd of July. The second round of interviews is scheduled to take place over the next few days, ensuring a thorough evaluation of each candidate's qualification, vision, and ability to lead our national team to new heights. In parallel, ZIFA is diligently working on compiling the shortlist for the Mighty Warriors head coach position. The interview process for this role is set to be completed by Monday, the 29th of July. ZIFA remains committed to appointing the most qualified and capable coaches to lead our national teams. We believe these appointments will significantly contribute to the development and success of Zimbabwean football on the international stage. So it looks like they're trying to bring a bit of professionalism in as much as they've delayed the process itself. So I think something is moving now that they've cut, the normalization committee members, 2 kicked out of the committee, all right, and 3 remain. And now I hope they can work in unison for the next 9 months and get us back on the right track in terms of getting a substantive ZIFA board to run the affairs of football in Zimbabwe.
Good news, bad news. What is this? Should we be happy?
The appointment of the Warriors coach.
Yes.
No, it's good news if we are going to have it on a permanent basis. If we're going to have longevity. We can't have a situation obtaining where this set of games somebody presides over them. The next set of games somebody oversees them. The next, there is need for continuity. All those nations that are seeing succeeding and all those nations that are seeing progressing, they are doing things right. There is process. There is a deliberate, process whereby they are saying we want to achieve this. They're setting goals. You get it? They're setting goals. I'll tell you, for example, in Malawi, they have set up centers of excellence. Remember this. After 5 years or so, check where Malawi will be. Because there is a deliberate process. They are doing things because they've got a goal and they've written it down as an objective to say, we want to achieve this. You get it? So when we appoint a coach, let it be a deliberate process to say, we want to go there, we want to do this. So at least I'm glad that we're doing so, even though we might as well say we are fast running out of time. Because when are we going to play our next game?
Sometime in September,
September.
Less
We
than
are
a
already
month, isn't
talking
it?
about the end of July.
Mm.
So that's August, September. You see, if you're going to employ a coach who's coming from Europe, these guys are no disrespect to our local coaches, but these are guys whose modus operandi is different to maybe our local coaches because they are not coming from, say, a disadvantaged point. Even their bargaining power is very high, so they come with terms that are higher. They'll tell you there is a degree of unprofessionalism that they will not tolerate. So at the end of the day, they will need time to set up. These are guys that you're not going to say, okay, here's a list of players. They'll tell you, no.
I want this type of
I
player.
want this type of player, and they will choose their own players. So if we do it within a short space of time, it gives them room to then do what they want to do, and it avoids unnecessary clashes, because these are guys who are not even, they won't even be shy to say, I'm packing my bags and going. They are not like the local guys who probably will feel it's a privilege. You get it?
To coach, yeah. Of the names that have been listed, gentlemen, who are you going for, Valerie?
For me, I'll go for the experience of Wilfred Schäfer. Why? Because I think he understands the African terrain. He has done it with the best, and he understands African football. I think it's no experiment. Really, we are just getting the experience that he has. And I think also, Bevan has mentioned this, that, our football, our type of players and the size that we now have, it suits the German kind of play and English kind of game. So you would prefer a coach from those areas. I wouldn't go for the Brazilian. I know some might argue, but I think maybe he's got a different eye altogether, Jogo Bonito as a style. But I know coaches, they develop certain styles and so forth. And is it our style? Do we have unique ball players? No, we don't. Are we going to be fancy in terms of, our approach and style of play, that we might need? Do we have the right kind of players? Because if I look at potentially Zimbabwe Warriors players, and I look at them and say, okay, what's my first 20 players? What type of football should I implement? I think the German kind of game will fit in. Schäfer, his advantage is that he brings a lot of experience. He knows African football. As for others, you've got a 39-year-old there. In Nus, Gerard Nus, the Spaniard, as well. But I don't think we can experiment. We are not at a juncture.
You don't want to experiment.
We don't want to experiment because we are success starved as a nation, and we need somebody who will bring a different look, who understands African football, who will say this because I feel that the coach also has got to look at how he's going to grow.
But do you sorry to butt in, but do you then agree that it's, before I even mention who are who's my preference,
of course.
But do you then agree that it's all an experiment? Even Schäfer is an experiment.
I don't think so. Schäfer, like I'm saying, I'm highlighting why he's experienced in African football.
Yeah, and I understand.
I
understand the experienced part and everything. But Schäfer has largely presided over teams in Africa that are serious about their football. Exactly. Where you don't hear, these jokes that we always get when it comes to our football.
You have a bit of hope, Bevan. We are putting right our football.
Okay.
Right? And what is the first step? Get an experienced person who has seen it all in African football and understands the politics within African football. All right? And I think he does. Not somebody who will say, will give up and pack their bags, after, the boys have not been paid their, bonuses and so forth. But somebody who will calm the situation down and convince these guys, this is not how you do it. The respect that he gathers, I believe, as well, when he's coming into our football. Though the challenge that I have is having Sandy Chizambwa as our technical director. The rumor has it that he is going to be the technical director, be the eye for Lincoln Ntasa in that regard. And I don't think...
What do you mean, be the eye of Lincoln Ntasa? Why would...
These are bodies. We all know.
Why would Big Brother want to be, watching it?
Bevan, there's a Shona adage that says, munhu anovhima nembwa dzake.
Wadzake.
Anditi, you hunt with your own dogs.
Yeah, but
So
How does that work, though?
So you protect. He's the eye.
In terms of
what is he protecting?
What is he protecting?
The interests of the appointing authority.
What are
what
their
are
interests?
their interests?
Guys, people sabotage you.
Okay.
Huh?
There's football politics. All right?
In the coaching department?
Exactly. It happens. It happens.
Wait.
Okay, let me go back to the issue of the technical director. Why I also feel that we need to be serious with that position for the development of the game. Because the technical director as well, he has to understand and appreciate where we want to take our football as a nation. The style. All right? Eh?
And Sunday Zimbabwe has that.
So
When last did you see Sunday Zimbabwe at a local Premier Soccer League game?
okay. Can I just
Just start there.
can I just butt in there? I if you ask me, I'll concur with your sentiments to say when you're bringing Shefa, for example, what technical direction do you think you're going to give him? And
Let's look at the role itself.
yeah, exactly.
What it is meant to do.
What is it meant to do?
Eh? It's shaping how we want to develop our football from top to bottom, from the senior men's team to the most junior.
That is the role of
The technical
Huni Zarira. That's Huni Zarira, not Chidzambwa.
He's an advisor. He understands the local players because when he brings in
he's coming. Chidzambwa is technical advisor.
Yes.
So I'm saying, what advice
is he gonna give?
Is he going to give? Not him
no,
as
he,
a person.
he understands
Wait,
local football.
Wait, Val.
He has coached local players.
Wait, Val. He
has seen it over
he
the
has
years.
coached local players. I accept, but if Shefa is not going to be coaching local players, let's accept the reality for what it is now. Our national team is largely going to be players who are playing in England
right.
and outside.
Okay, it's beyond football. It's also about the culture.
Huh?
All right?
What culture? Are you talking about?
Sometimes you have to understand.
But
how-
culture is dynamic, Val.
Yes,
Culture
it evolves.
changes. It
It
evolves.
evolves.
So what if this is a period?
So are you saying we get rid of the post?
No, we're not
listen,
saying-
listen.
We are
If-
asking.
if you are bringing the caliber.
I said
I'm
the
responding to
rumor-
you.
the
I'm
rumor is-
responding to you. If we are bringing the caliber of coaches that we are talking about and discussing right now,
Yes.
if it will be an insult to them, especially Chef, it will be an insult to him to tell him we are giving you a technical advice. Remember, these guys, they are coming with an ego. They are coming because Shefa is achieved at continental level.
Yeah.
So he's telling you,
you are
you want to advise me
on
what exactly do you think I don't know? I've coached in Cameroon. I have
do we
seen
know
the
it all,
jungles
guys?
of Africa.
Do we know it all?
No. Nobody knows it all, Val.
Exactly. So you
But-
need a bit of advice. So you need somebody you can sound something about.
So,
Valentine.
and this person is
Your technical advisor.
Valentine.
Okay, so
technical.
what you are
That-
telling.
what are you seeing? Because
Valentine.
when you go for your match, when you sit down, all right, you say, okay, how did we play? You say, Shizamba, with your experience and years of having played football, coached and so forth, what do you see?
So
What Schaefer didn't see.
Yes, because you have to understand, the technical advisor might have a bird's eye view of things, if you understand what I'm saying, a bird's eye view of things, and he divorces himself from the work of the coach. But when he's asked, he's the advisor. Because what do you do when you go to your advisor? It's the same as having the most experienced person, but you can have the youngest person.
Val, if
and
you
vice
ask me,
Yeah.
I think Shefa is, if I've got my facts right, I think he's a year or two, if not three, older than Sandy, right?
So they're peers.
Listen, yes, they are peers. So for me, if you're going to have a balance of some sort, have a way younger person in that role. If you're going to have, and that person, if you ask me, should not be Zimbabwean.
All right. Yeah, but I just said it's a rumor. It's not like I'm
Yeah,
supporting it.
it's a rule.
Yeah, but if the rumor is true, then
Yeah, because we've seen it happen. That's why it's the rumor mill is busy about it, because we have seen how Chidzamba just came in there during the time.
me, I'm more worried about protecting the interest
K-
of the appointed party.
Can I tell you my favorite? Not my favorite. My preferred.
Your preferred, yeah.
My preferred would be Sheffer. For some reason, we are in agreement.
For
I
once.
think
I
for
would-
once,
Why?
me and him.
All right.
I'll tell you my reasons.
Mm.
You know the thing with the national team is first and foremost, the coach is never going to have enough time with the players. So whoever we bring for the national team, these are the best we have. That is what we're saying.
Mm.
These are the best we have. So there's very little that you're going to teach them tactically rather, because these are guys who are already top notch in as far as what you have. So what they really need is guidance. What they really need is a father figure in court, somebody they will respect. There is a reason as to why Real Madrid is performing so well. Look at the edge of Carlo Ancelotti
And the respect that they
and the
bring.
respect that he gets and
Yeah.
the players that he has.
Mm.
So from Sheffer, the edge and the players, you're going to have the right balance. The players are going to naturally see a father figure and they're going to play for him. They're going to respect him. And my hope in all this is I've heard from the rumor mill again. And he said also to have said that he prefers to have George Mbugando coming in because he's multilingual. They would understand. You'll be the bridge because George can speak German, he can speak Shona and Isindebele. So these are largely
Wasn't there an article in the media that George was not going to be part of the technical team?
No, not part of the technical team. He didn't apply for the
he did
For the
apply
main
for-
job.
for the main job.
So
Yeah.
even the coach can then choose who he wants to be assisted by. So I'm hoping he's also going to bring maybe technical expertise from Germany. Whilst I advocate for development of local players, I understand our setup is the under 23 coach automatically becomes part of the setup.
Technical team, yeah.
Right, but I also feel they will learn more if he's going to bring his own backroom staff to add to that. Because we usually have the leniency of backroom staff.
Yeah.
Always all these roles, they need to be filled so that we not only are we benefiting probably by way of qualification, but we are benefiting by way of understanding how things are done.
Yeah.
So Sheffer now, coming to him specifically as a coach, he has a proven record in Africa. He has coached at the highest level. He's coached the teams that, in fact, if anything, he coached teams that are very difficult to because of the egos. The Cameroon that I think it was in 2002 period.
Yeah.
He had probably one of their golden generations where you had egos to deal with, your Samuel Eto'os, your Patrick Mbomas, your
Mark Vivian
Olembe,
Foy.
your Mark Vivian Foyes, in fact your Jeremy Njitap, my favorite, and all these guys. He was able to handle such a backroom. I think our players, the ones that we're calling upon now, have not really gotten to those levels for him to have issues. One thing that I would like about this, being a person that has achieved something that is tangible, he's not going to be a pushover. He's not. Believe you me, what happened to Brito will not happen to Sheffer.
But also there is also Michael Nies, the German as well.
As long as, for me, if you ask me, as long as it's a German, I've said it. I mean, from earlier episodes, I'm good with the German because. Naturally, besides the fact that history has it that we have done well with German coaches, Reinhard Fabisch, Claude-Dieter Pachels, there was direction during Pachels, and we had our paper page during Reinhard Fabisch. I think there is something about the
qualified for anything with him, nonetheless.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was a different setup, and you
do realize that. Okay. Because
anyway,
anyone can qualify now.
Anyone, yes, even him.
Even him. Tikatoronga Bores is
how many teams?
24
24 teams play AFCON now.
AFCON of the 54 nations that come
everyone. Then it was 8. So anyway, so my issue is if it's a German, I don't have a problem with that because Germans, their game, somehow we have adopted to their game easily. The Spaniards now, good as they are, I think the Spanish game is too technical. I don't know if
and he's only 39, by the way.
Yeah, which is okay because I think nowadays I think these guys they relate because most of these guys are playing in Europe and you've got relatively younger coaches taking over in Europe. But I'm also sure about the caliber of talent that we have. Can they understand the Spanish kind of football. The tiki-taka thing? Because naturally, yes, it may be a bit of a hybrid of some sort when he is trying to accommodate people. But you see, the best line is the Spanish kind of game, which may be a bit difficult for people to acclimatize to for now. Then the Brazilian, we have got
Barcelos.
Yeah, we have the Valinhos example, which was wrong. I remember, I remember, the program that we used to have on TV. This is football. The day Valinhos, I always use this as an example. The day Valinhos was appointed, the Wednesday we had This is football. So one of our guests was, in fact, our guest was Wop Chizuzu, and Wop Chizuzu came. He said, "The appointment is wrong person, wrong candidate, wrong everything. I'm telling you this, and I'll tell you." Then when it failed, he came back. "I told you," and you know how it is that he was gloating. Well, the Brazilian kind of football, you mentioned Jogo Bonito. It's naturally going to be easy for Africans to adapt to Jogo Bonito because that's what we play anyway. The South American game and the African game is similar, but the problem is the world has evolved. That's why if you look at it, even Brazil themselves, they are sort of ditching the Jogo Bonito kind of football because the game has changed a bit. So and the players that we are having, they are coming from Europe where the game is more mechanical than it is in terms of free expression and everything that you get from Jogo Bonito.
It's more tactical, eh?
You get it. So if you're going to have those players, what you will need is a player from Europe. So that would be the biggest undoing to the Brazilian guy. But for me, if you ask me right now, I think the candidate that would win for me, that I would settle for, is Sheffer.
We haven't spoken about Anthony Hay. We know little about him, but
is English what? He's from which country?
I've forgotten. But let me just research on that as well, because I feel he's one.
How old is he?
I mean, he's 40 something.
Yeah, but yeah.
You know who? It's sad that during these podcasts, no one ever asked me what I think.
Okay, we were going to ask you who you're settling for.
Yeah. News. You know why?
Why?
Age. I'm thinking we give him 10 years.
In Zim. 10 years.
10 years.
Doing what?
Coaching the Warriors.
No, this is not a football club, man. It's national team.
Exactly my point. Like, if it was a football club, it would make sense to just give him a 3-4 year contract, isn't it? But with the national team, he's playing here and there.
There's no way we're going to give Sheffer 10 years.
We're not going to give him 10 years.
Yeah, it can't.
It can't.
Happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But also the other complication that we as we throw the cat amongst the pigeons is the issue to do with the normalization committee not being a permanent body that will be there for the full duration
post January,
or for the duration of I don't know how long how big the contract they're going to give him. Is it a 3-year contract or 2-year contract as well? And what is our plan? Do we want Sheffer to take us to the 2026 Africa Cup of 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, or we want him to take us to the World Cup 2026, which the journey itself is in jeopardy as we speak? But what do you want to achieve as well? And you've got a new ZIFA board that probably will come sometime in February or January, as it were, after the elections that are held maybe sometime in December or early January. And will the new executive accept the appointment, which was not in their hands, so to speak? Also looking at it to also be a determinant what you would have achieved then along the way.
Yeah, Val, that will not be a problem if you ask me. Why? If the new board that's coming, because I understand this guy is being paid by FIFA.
Yes.
So if the new board comes in and they say they don't want this guy, whoever is going to be appointed, it means they should be ready to pay for.
There's a problem there. There's a problem
for whoever
there.
they're going to appoint.
No, they will fire this guy. And
but
appoint
also,
Janice,
guys,
I mean the other guy.
the challenge also is that we are not serious about football. This is when the new executive comes in. Why can't they ask government to take care of our national team coaches? Like other nations do. Government takes that burden, to say, okay, we are serious about our football. We are serious about this. Why don't we pay? Government takes the responsibility of paying, national team coaches. And I know some will say government has got so much to do. There's about this.
No, our problem is not government having too much to do.
Yeah.
Our problem is that we've appointed a coach now, right? Then in February, you guys sit down and say, no, we don't want this coach. We need another coach. That's where the problem is, because even if they're going to go to government and say, no, this coach is not right, we want this coach, right? And that is hiring and firing a coach. So we need to have a situation where if this coach is appointed, right, this coach is going to be accepted by the board that is going to come in for the duration of his contract. There has to be that agreement.
Yeah,
surely.
And I feel, part of the tenets of success include continuity. Continuity. If the most successful people, they did not succeed by trying a million things, contrary to what you usually hear. They mastered one thing. It is that one thing that they mastered. So that speaks to continuity. So if we're going to have continuity, it's going to pay dividends for us, especially if it's Sheffer for me. If for any reason we say he's probably age is not on his side, maybe post his contract, he can still be part of those that you can have to set up structure to guide you, to give you technical advice. Yes. So my issue is if the board that will then come, if they don't feel like they want to work with him, it's fine if they are able to pay him. But then coming back to his statement about the government taking over, I don't think that will be a problem for the government. But if you don't have order amongst yourselves, the government will need you to have order first. It's easy because football is a multi-billion-dollar business. Innocent, you can have just one big corporate taking care of all that. You remember during the times that he wants to play down for the dream team. They had, I don't know, a myriad of sponsors. It was just sponsor everywhere. You had your ASM, then you had there was Power Cells, there was Jewel Bank, there was, you had everybody. You get it? So if
Nyore as well.
You get it. If you've got things being done right, the corporate world will chip in. They don't want to come in today.
I think already is going to another topic for another day. Looking at when we look at the elections themselves, when they come in, the people that are going to come in, what has changed about Zimbabwean football?
Yeah, wait, we're having
for the past 4 years.
All right.
Before
we go into that one, we're going to have these elections based on the old constitution.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so, it's not for today. not for today. Anyway, let's move on to the local Premier League, guys. I understand, before we move on, I understand that the Mighty Warriors coach is also going to be...
Yeah. We from the press release, they did mention that the Mighty Warriors coach, the process will be done by the 29th of July. So on Monday, we should expect or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, next week, we should expect an announcement to say who's the Mighty Warriors coach as well. And I think they're moving with lightning speed.
Yeah, but if you tell me that's one area, if you ask me rather, that's one area we're not serious.
We're not.
Because
but I think they're trying to show a bit of seriousness.
The most successful football teams in Zimbabwe are the women teams.
Yeah, but
you get it.
They are success, but they are second.
But I'm saying we need to, I see it as hypocrisy. We are saying a girl child this, girl child that what. But when it comes to
implementation,
that team, we neglect it. Innocent, I'll tell you, I think it's per CAF and club licensing. Every club should have a ladies team.
Yeah.
We should have an equivalent of the PSL. In the women's setup, it running the same way.
Is the same reason the SRC fired the Zifa board to say that they were neglecting the girl child. And I hope this time around that will be
They will
addressed
play
because it
ball.
was part of the
reasons.
reasons why, the Filton Kamambo-led board was, dismantled or fired as well by the SRC. So we have to, I hope that this process signals, the
Movement.
direction, we are indicating into the right direction of where we want to go as a nation. In terms of what Bevan is mentioning, that we need to be serious, because the most successful team that has brought most pleasant results is the women's teams.
The women's team. Let's talk about pleasant results. Pleasant results for Highlanders over the weekend, beating. They got absolutely no respect for their Chiefs. I was very disappointed.
Amakosi.
They've got no respect.
It's the bogey side, and I like the fact that this time around they did manage to win, because it was proving a very difficult team to beat. It's like Dynamo's playing the Zimbabwe Saints, and Zimbabwe Saints will always find a way.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
we
would
always find a way to beat Dynamos. And also now Highlanders were struggling to beat Bulawayo Chiefs,
yeah.
and this time around they did it. A bit controversy and so forth, but still. Result 3 points in the back for Ezimnyama Yankani.
Yeah, and no need for Sangomas either.
What controversy is there?
No, there's the Peter Mdua goal. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
The ball was flighted and it looked like it had gone out. And did it really go in and so forth? And that, and I just
but don't expect the referee. Don't expect the referee to be so precise as if he's using VAR.
The first assistant, he had flagged. Then he changed his decision.
And now that's controversy.
You see, now
Now
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
controversy.
Then he changed his decision to a goal as well. You see, so that's what I'm saying.
This game was being played with.
Where?
Emma Kumen, Babafield Stadium.
We may proceed. And,
Yes. It's very
but
good.
you know what?
7 points.
You know what?
Yeah.
What I like about Islanders is, Islanders they were struggling to score,
Oh yeah.
but it's an area that they looked at and they addressed that area, bringing in players and stuff. I think one of them actually came from Amakosi.
Yeah. Rauji.
Yeah, which is what should happen. I'll be frank with you. Sorry to digress a bit.
Yeah, guys, we're running out of time.
I know, but I have to say this.
Yeah.
It's been long
Since what?
since Islanders was on that podium.
Oh yeah.
I think it's high time.
And it's going to be
It
longer.
was before the advent of social media.
It's more than 18 years now.
It's going to be longer. There is no way they're winning it this season with how Ngezi Planam been playing and how FC Planam been playing.
And
Let's not forget Manika Diamond.
and these traditional three giants, they're in trouble for as long as they are not as funded as these
Mining
mine
giants.
teams.
That is not an excuse. That is not an excuse for these three big.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know where you want to go. It's not all of the three that are that sound administratively. Islanders may have issues in the end there, but they try to do things.
No.
structurally.
Bevan,
They try.
you
I'm
don't
saying
know
they
the
try.
point. They try, but they've got a very problematic board and a constitution that is problematic.
So is everyone. But here's the thing. You're not hearing about Sangomas and all these other things. The coach is in trouble. The coach can't even breathe. Here's the thing. That's the thing. Well, Caps, I understand. Honorable Jerry. Sometimes, the burden is all on him. So sometimes, but I honestly, on a very serious note, I feel if the corporate world somehow gets incentive to back these big three, because I feel they're also very important to agree or disagree. They are so very important, pivotal to our game in general.
True.
When these three, at least one of them is really, really firing, you've got the crowds, you've got the game, but I don't know, but something has to happen at these big three so that maybe it's a topic for another day.
Because I was going to point at issues of a deliberate policy to make sure that these traditional giants do not fade. And it will take that, really.
Guys, we're running out of time. I think we've got less than 5 minutes. We had our predictions at the start of the season. I believe one of us had Yada to win the title.
And look-
Some of us were a bit, others, on the other hand, do we need to change our top 4 now?
Yeah, we can, but it's looking.
You seem very anxious.
No,
very
I'm
eager.
very eager.
Yeah, of course. But look at
I'll
how
give
Yada
him.
now.
I'll give him this.
Yeah.
They may not be winning,
Yeah.
but right now they're the most exciting Premiership team.
Yeah. To watch.
Yeah.
I said it. You watch Yada, and I'll tell you, watch this weekend, Dynamos versus Yada, and it still ranks the reverse fixture.
Is it weekend or not Thursday?
It's on Thursday rather. That's tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, really. And but I'll tell you this, Innocent. If I would rate games that I've watched this season, that one ranks as one of the finest games I've watched in terms of tactic and player execution and everything in between. It had everything, that game. And I
Alright.
hope it lives to its billing.
Less than 3 minutes.
When you talk
Top
of
4,
Yada,
please.
it's Kama Pilat, Blessed Nderek. Don't forget.
Right. Top 4.
I don't think the Norman Mapeza will let this one go.
So you've got FC Platinum.
FC Platinum winning it. Ngez will give them a chase for their money, and Madnika Dama, will see them going down. All right, and I see the rise of the rise of should be Dynamos.
Dynamos.
Somehow I think Dynamos to number 4. Number 3.
It's okay. They've got an advantage.
Number 3. Number 3. Because of what I've seen as well. I see. I removed Manika Damos there, isn't it? So probably I see Highlanders getting there.
Bevan,
Okay,
make it short, Bevan.
I don't think FC Platinum will fumble.
Yeah.
They will win this. They will be the number 2 will be Zimbabwe,
All right.
Oh wow!
who I think if they continue this trajectory next season,
I think keep it short, Bevan. We are running at it.
FC Platinum, Zimbabwe, Ngezi Platinum,
Yeah.
then Manika Diamonds.
All right. So I will have FC Platinum is winning this. Ngezi 3rd, Manika Diamond 2nd, Islanders 4th.
So you guys are saying Zimbabwe is.
No.
You guys are
Is you quickly? I think we spoke too much on the Warriors.
there
technical
is no
team.
way we are not going to talk about that.
Yes.
Innocent.
Manchester United making huge steps in the transfer window, trying to solidify their defense, which was a bit of a problem last season with injuries to Martinez, injuries to Luke Shaw, and then, of course,
Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire. So, yeah, Euro coming in.
Don't forget Malasia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
who's back on the grass, by the way?
which is great. Which is
Yeah.
great. Who else did you guys sign apart
This
from
is a-
Euro?
Listen,
There's
we-
rumors of
Zexi.
Delict.
Zexi.
Zexi.
We just signed 2.
Wait.
but-
The Delict.
It's not yet done. It's not off the table. They're discussing that.
All right. So now, how does this work? Hoyland Zexi, or is it Rashford Zexi?
In terms of the
Positioning.
lineup, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You know what you should be worried about.
Paying 60 million for an 18-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me educate
laugh.
you. Let me educate you.
Educate
Let
us.
me educate
We
you.
are learning.
It is only the poor who mind so much about the prices.
Okay. What are those? What are they called?
Listen,
No wonder. No wonder they're in trouble.
Listen.
Yeah.
You know they get. You know when
Listen.
you're that dead that overspend.
Hell
People always take advantage
has
of
no
you.
fury.
Yeah.
I know you guys wanted this youngster, and you could not.
No,
But here's the
No,
thing.
It was just to
with
push the price.
Kwanzaa.
What he doesn't understand is the politics of football.
To push what?
To push the price high.
Who's for what?
You know what?
Wasn't
It's the
this-
same thing
this
that
kid
happens.
to push
Wait,
so
wait,
as
wait,
to
wait.
so as to
Wait.
achieve what?
To make it expensive for you.
What?
Wait.
And
This
you think
kid
we
was
can't afford?
30. Wait.
No,
This kid was
there's what
32
we call-
million.
Wait, Bevan, there's what we call FIFA fair play
Yeah.
in terms of buying players and
I
so
know.
forth. And
Yes, yes.
You've got a cap.
You've got a cap. So
We-
you're getting closer there.
We sold,
There's a time-
for information,
there's a
we
time
sold Willie Cambrala, we sold Mason Greenwood, I think we sold 3 or 4 players.
And
So-
you still need to sell.
Yeah, we will sell. We have got players to sell.
That's the pressure that you're being given.
And by the way, Innocent, that's besides the point. we bought probably one of the best exciting young talent in terms of defenders in Europe. Whether you agree with it or not, it's up to you. But we did that.
He's Manchester United.
No,
what
no,
else are you gonna say?
No, Real Madrid were after this guy.
No, it's for
You
pushing
guys,
prices, guys.
you guys,
It's for pushing prices, Bevan.
what
To create you know
what?
what clubs do?
to create what?
It's the politics of football.
Vow.
It's to create the euro,
I want you
the
to
name.
listen. I want you to contextualize that. I understand the Liverpool part. Bring Real Madrid and Manchester United. Just suppose the two and say to push the price.
Wasn't this kid forced to go and play for Manchester United?
He don't-
He was forced.
No,
the club
boy
was
did-
the club was like, "Hey, sign for these guys."
Yeah.
No,
Because Real Madrid is not coming for you.
Here's the
Because
thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing.
Like,
The kid was waiting for Real
Here's the
Madrid.
thing.
The kid was waiting for Real Madrid.
I'll tell you.
Then he was told,
it's
even-
every player's
even
dream.
parents, they'll tell you, you're
If-
not going to play. You kill
if-
your career.
if-
Uko ruwena rutambo.
if-
Hakuna gap huko.
If it's every player's dream,
What?
save maybe for Lionel Messi and those extreme Barcelona players to play for Real Madrid. So I won't blame him for
Yeah,
wanting
but
to play.
he knew he wasn't
Let
walking
me
into
finish.
the Real
Let me
Madrid
finish.
first 11.
Let me
He
finish.
knew he's going
Let
to
me
walk
finish.
into a Manchester
Let me
United
finish.
first 11.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Every player wants to play for Real Madrid.
True.
But for me, it didn't make sense for him to go to Real Madrid now. Why? As much as he thinks it's banter, but it's the truth. There is no way he was going to break straight into Real Madrid. Chances of that happening at Manchester United are very high. Why? Because the biggest of challenges that we have had at Manchester United is the defense and probably the midfield. But we didn't have a solid defense. So his chances of playing at Manchester United
So
are very high.
this kid is going to solve your problems.
Why not? In fact, we call him Mbappe my defender.
Mato,
Yes. Well,
Thank you,
never
guys.
even started.
you will see.
Thank you.
You know what? But
We are done.
I'll tell you, this guy, banter aside, the kid is good, and I know there will be a lot of pressure on his shoulders, but the kid is good, and by the time he probably gets to the end of his contract, he'll probably be ripe even for Real Madrid, and we can then sell. Because what I wanted to say about Manchester United this time around,
Are you guys
was-
a selling club?
listen, yeah, we have sold in the past. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I liked, the change that Ineos brought. I've seen it, and there is evidence to that. How we have conducted it, we are conducting the business now. You're seeing the way they are doing things is different to what was happening. So for now, you can say whatever you're saying, and
Okay, Bevan.
because you have not bought anyway. And
Listen,
I understand
we're assessing.
slot is assessing.
We are assessing our. We are
Who
assessing
is-
our squad.
Who has Arsenal bought?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
They are bringing in
They are
I think.
Yes.
I think
This thing has been going for 3 weeks, isn't it?
3 weeks.
Why is it taking so long?
Exactly.
Anyway, I hear that he's not going to be in
what?
Bologna's tour of the
it means,
United States.
but for me, the saddest part, I think, since we're running out of time, is how Chalobah is being treated by Chelsea.
I don't.
think-
I don't understand that.
If you ask me, if I were Ineos right now,
You'd
You
bring
take
I
it
would
that boy.
rush to buy that
Yeah,
that boy.
take that boy.
You know why? He can give you a very
Very-
good game as a right back. Can give you a very good game as a centre back.
Yeah.
I don't understand what Chelsea is doing there, what they are doing there, but I would go for that guy.
Michael Edwards, here.
I'll do nothing that one. Thank you guys for joining us on Strictly Football. Join us again next time. We'll talk about everything and anything to do with football.